It's going to be a great one now in the Big House. You got Texas, you got Michigan, 2 college football playoff teams. This was honestly, this is kind of a rerun of or an alternate reality, a college football multiverse of what that national championship game could have been a season ago in Houston. Would have been madness. But the reality here is we got a couple of new faces of this thing. A couple of new faces when it comes to this game, especially at Michigan. Michigan, Sherrone Moore era begins officially this upcoming season. I know he coached the last 3 games of the season for them. That was massive. He had some signature wins in that sense. But with it now being a Sherrone Moore Michigan, not Sherrone Moore driving Jim Harbaugh's Michigan, let's be real. This could be his first signature win. This could be the win that you kind of look back on Sherrone Moore's time at Michigan in a couple of years and you say that was the win that kind of jump-started momentum. That was the win that made us all feel like, okay, yep, it's his team. It's his operation. Because it is a new team. Good news, the madness is here. Need to sneak in those tournament games while at work? Prime Video has you covered. Watch every game live on your phone, on your laptop, or relax and watch at home on Prime Video with a subscription. Prime Video gives you choices to add on channels like Paramount Plus and Max, both featuring March Madness tournament games all in one place. It's March, it's madness, stream it all on Prime Video. Like, you got some really key pieces back who we'll talk about with Kenneth Grant and Mason Graham on the D-line, with Colston Loveland. But it's a new team in regards to you're going to have a new quarterback. I believe they are 128th in returning production. For context, there's only 134 teams. And they're not walking out there against some slappy, power conference team that just has a nice brand but is really kind of down. Like, Texas was a college football playoff team last year. They bring back their quarterback. They bring back their head coach. They bring back a lot of key pieces. Also, I can't imagine this hurts things. Got a little SEC sticker on that helmet now. That's got to be good now. That's got to be good for, obviously it's good for Texas, but it's going to probably feel good for Michigan if they have a chance to take them down. Now for Texas, this is a chance for them to re-emphasize what happened last year and say, no, that's who we are now. Folks talk about Texas having a flash in the pan and, Xavier Worthy's gone, Adonai Mitchell's gone, those 2 All-Americans on the defensive line, they're gone for you. Texas will come back to being Texas. Don't worry about it. You go and beat the national champion at their place early on in the season. That is an identity-defining thing for this team and for Steve Sarkisian and what he's built there. A lot of new pieces now. A lot of new pieces for them as well. New wide receivers. I just mentioned Worthy and Adonai Mitchell are gone to the league. Silas Bolden, Isaiah Bond, Matthew Golden. New pieces on the defensive line. Like, it's going to be a new outfit. Going to be a chance for them to kind of reemphasize some confidence. And Trey Yannity and I got to go on the road and see them play Alabama in Tuscaloosa, man. And it was absolutely electric. Texas getting it done, as you're seeing here on the B-roll, was an unreal support from the people that traveled to that game. But it was very noticeable, I thought. I thought it was very noticeable, Texas, after they beat Alabama in Tuscaloosa, what that did for their confidence the rest of the season. Hey, we went into Nick Saban's house and beat that team by double digits. Who can't we beat? What can't we do? And I think it emboldened them as a team. I think it provided some more confidence for them. And I think also when the seas got a little bit rough, I think they were able to draw back on that game and their experience in that game and say, you know what, yeah, this is tricky because Quinn Ewers is out, or hey, we're in a battle with Kansas State right now, but we're good. We're good. Just we've been in situations like this before, or intense environments before. We're good. Steady hand, no sweat. That could kind of be what Michigan is for them this year if they're able to get it done on the road in the Big House. My question in this game, though, is how much of it falls on Quinn Ewers? Obviously, he'll have a massive role in this game. He is the starting quarterback. But what I want to get at here is Michigan and their trenches. They don't bring back everything on the defense, but those 2 pieces in the middle of that defense, and Mason Graham and Kenneth Grant, who the rest of the country got introduced to in a big way in the college football playoff, there's some studs now. And what Texas wants to do offensively, yes, you see the Xavier Worthy highlights from last year and Quinn Ewers putting up gaudy numbers. And that RPO scheme, they want to run the football. Like, if you don't honor what Steve Sarkisian does, pounding the rock on the inside zone and the power game, like if you don't want to stack the box, he will, with a smile on his face and a giddy giggle on the sideline, call run after run after run. They're more than comfortable to do that. The other part of this is, too, everything Texas does offensively is built off of that running game. So the RPO system, obviously you're going to run the ball, but that PO after it, the pass option, like you're able to then take advantage of those big plays downfield because those safeties scoot up, because those linebackers start to trigger quickly. So if they want to be explosive offensively, you got to be able to throw the ball a little bit, you have to believe. So if Michigan's able to stop the run and kind of take that away without having to add in more linebackers, and that defensive line just gets the push they expect to get, you're going to have to ask more of Quinn Ewers, yes, but I think the key thing here, you have to ask more of some new pieces in that wide receiver room. I mentioned them a second ago. Silas Bolden, Isaiah Bond, Matthew Golden, Amari Niblack, like a lot of guys that I think are going to be really talented for Texas during their time there. But we have to all understand, too, like still new pieces. Only week 2. The chemistry, the in-game telepathy may not be at the exact level that you need it to be at if you ask them to go win the football game for you. It might be, but I promise you, if you're a Texas fan, you don't really want to test that on the road against the national champs. Who's playing quarterback at Michigan? That's my other question. And also, whoever's playing quarterback, are they on the roster? How comfortable are they when it comes to this game? Because I think Alex Orji, if I had to put down a bet today in Vegas, he would be my pick if you just told me what they had right now. But if you offered me an opportunity to bet on someone in the transfer portal, I think Michigan just has too much on this roster, talent-wise, not returning production-wise, but talent-wise, to settle at quarterback. And so I don't want to get too far down this rabbit hole, but there's a very real possibility that it is somebody that's not on this roster during spring practice that ends up starting this game week 2 against Texas. So if it's Alex Orji, you imagine it'll be a very much so ground and pound, physical attack. I'm not saying he can't throw the football downfield. I'm just saying I haven't seen him do it just yet. So physical quarterback run, physical downhill, that's great. Can Texas withstand that? If they can't, great. It doesn't really matter who's playing quarterback for you. Alex Orji is just another tool to that offense, another weapon that Texas has to account for. But if Texas can stop that, and you force them to be multidimensional, as multiple teams did last year with Michigan, not that they took away the run game, but they put something on J.J. McCarthy's plate to have to throw the ball downfield. If you force them to throw the football, how comfortable are we at quarterback? Because the thing that I'm watching here is this game played in the 20s or in the 30s. If it's played in the 20s and it's a rock fight, you feel pretty good picking Michigan. If it's in the 30s and Texas can kind of get leverage early and kind of apply some pressure to that offense with a lot of new pieces on it, things could get a little bit interesting. So I don't have a pick for you right now in this game. We'll pick it when it gets closer. Heck, if we play our cards right, we'll be at this game. So more to come on that. But this is going to be one where I think the early leverage is going to be really, really massive. If Michigan gets up early and they can just pound the rock, control the game, make Quinn Ewers watch this game with a towel and a Gatorade bottle, maybe they're Powerade, some sort of sports drink, advantage them every single time. But if they get out ahead of them, does Texas? If Texas gets up 10-0, 14-0, could maybe get some momentum and things could get very interesting. Quick, fast, in a hurry with whoever's playing quarterback at Michigan, having to be in chase mode. So bottom line, it's going to be a movie of the game. I cannot wait for it. Be an absolute blast. Again, I hope we're there, but Texas at Michigan, it's never too early to take a look at the great games on the docket.
Hey y'all, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.